What is going on, guys? Good morning. It's your favorite mortgage lender, Abdel Kwame, Got Mortgages. Hope everybody is having a blessed morning. We've got so much to talk about. Did not want to shoot this on Monday because I was really hoping that we would maybe get out of some of the government shutdown that we were anticipating, but looks like we haven't gotten there yet. So let's kind of take a quick recap of what happened last week and what are we expecting later on this week. So we're going to start off right from the top again. Home builder sentiment is up. It's at a 6-month high. This is great because these are the things that we want to take a look at when we start looking into the future of just basic supply and demand, right? So again, we're seeing that it jumped up, and I'm going to zoom in here. You guys are going to see it's literally up since basically May, June, July, August, and September. Why is this important? When home builder sentiment is up, that generally means that they obviously are seeing clear signs that there is going to be a reduction of rates, which we've seen. We're going to talk about that very quickly, how interest rates are pretty much at the lowest it's been since January of 2023. We just touched under 6.1%, which is awesome. We're starting to see, again, if that sentiment on the builder side is obviously improving, that generally means that interest rates are going to continue on a downward trend. And it also means that we're going to start seeing a little bit of improvement on just a little bit more inventory start to come on the market. So as we start seeing buyer and seller traffic start to increase, we'll of course start seeing a little bit more inventory, which is going to again have positive signs as we start heading into 2026. Now, another thing I want us to take a look at, of course, we know that the government is still, unfortunately, still shut down. We still have to take a look at some of the changes when we look at the balance between some of these people have actually been furloughed. Unfortunately, we've had two different contracts that actually pretty much right now are on pause. One client is a little antsy to cancel because she just truly doesn't know if she's going to actually get a job back or not, which, kind of stings. But unfortunately, everything happens for a reason. We're starting to stay positive with the consumer. There were already some potential signs that the payment was a little uncomfortable for her in the first place. Interest rates are dropping, so that may actually end up changing her stream. She might actually qualify for something a little bit more, right? Look at it as always a glass half full. Now, of course, on the consumer spending side, we're still seeing consumers start to spend a little bit of money, but obviously not at what it was before, right? I've spoken to us before on inflation previously, relatively remaining low. We're starting to obviously see signs on the employment market side. Once again, seeing we didn't get the BLS report, but we know earlier this month when we got ADP and we got the JOLTS report, ADP showed a loss of jobs. They were expecting over 50,000. They saw a loss of, I think it was like 32,000. And then revisions of the prior month. Now, normally the important part when we look at the Beige Book again, this is where all 12 Fed districts, of course, come together. And we're obviously seeing a little bit of a change when we look at softer demands when we talk about the employment market and obviously on the shutdown. Very important for us to take a look at this stuff. Now, again, what are we going to look at later on this week? We're going to take a look at, of course, NAR comes out with their existing home sales report, which comes out on Thursday, which is today. We're going to see a lot of, again, just difference when we take a look at CPI. Big data report. Could the consumer price index again show that inflation is slowing down? Big information also because although we know that the Fed is obviously cutting on their federal funds rate, as they did, we'll probably see another cut once again when we take a look at the market and what are some of the changes. If they do cut, remember, over the last few times when the Fed has cut, interest rates have actually gone up. So if we take a look at interest rates really over the course of just the last almost year and a half, 2 years, almost 3, you could see that we're really at an all-time low, right? We're at 6.1%. For those of us who had gotten a mortgage, really around this time, right? I would say from September 2023 till around May 2024. And then even in this little bump up as well, right? Before we dipped here, this little bump right here between January to around April, and then once again between April to around August, you may potentially have a good time for you to take a look at some refinance opportunities, drop that monthly payment while obviously staying on top of just what makes the most financial sense for you. So again, guys, a lot of different changes happening within the market. Super important for you to stay on top of it. Obviously, if you guys have any questions whatsoever, please feel free to DM us or reach out to us at gotmortgages.com. Thanks, guys. I'll talk to you guys soon.